So, Swanholm Lake and Doddington Road are back in that direction where we saw the stork, and we've now come to here, which is the top of the river of Hartsholm Park, and basically you can go all the way down here and then round a huge lake at the bottom and come all the way back on the other side. We haven't quite got time to do all that actually, because it's probably it depends how slow you're going, but you could take all day doing it really. What I want to show you, the two parts of Hartsholm Park which I want to show you, one is on that side of the lake river, one is on that side of the river, but if I remember there's another bigger bridge where the river joins the lake, so we're going to basically do a river walk rather than a lake walk. It's quite funny, in the mid-90s I was diagnosed with something known as mild dyspraxic tendencies. Just meant my coordination wasn't very good, and neither was my balance. It's a lot better than it was, but one of the things my parents tried to do was enrol me into martial arts, and for a couple of years I used to train in karate with a guy called Sean Barks, who lived over there, in fact, in through those trees, obviously, in Doddington Park, Birchwood. And one of the things we do quite often is we'd come, there's a cutting through to the park here, and this holds some memories for me, this storm train. It's funny because I was only, between 12 and 15, and this is not how I remember it. I remember this being pushed way out, sort of halfway into the centre there, and the stream was sort of flowing a lot faster than it is now. It's a lot higher than it was, certainly. Anyway, we used to do all our katas and all our drills stood on top of this little storm drain early on a Saturday morning. Lots and lots of memories. I don't know how we managed to fit, but anyway. Oh, now that's why I've got a sense of water on both sides, look. Anyway, so we would stand here and do our katas and our drills and whatever. And I enjoyed karate. I'm not sure I was very good at it, and he bless him, it was a one-to-one affair, because when his wife became pregnant and I believe he started a family, he couldn't devote time individually, and he moved to teach in groups, and of course, confident lacking me, said no way, and so I stopped. I researched him a couple of years ago, because when I knew him, he'd just come back from the Orient, and I think I met his master once, you know. Anyway, who told me to stick my tongue out, and then said I had a good spirit from looking at that. Anyway, these funny memories. Yes, I looked him up, and because he'd just finished some sort of qualification in Oriental medicine, and I believe, well, as of a couple of years ago, he was based somewhere. He had his own little centre for holistic and Oriental Eastern medicine, somewhere near North Kesteven, probably near the sports centre there. I don't know if he's still there. That was possibly 5 years ago, and I suppose the last time I saw him, 16, 17, 18 years ago. Still, I've never forgotten that. Little platform there, and little storm drain. So the date is the 1st of January and the year is 1986, and me and my family, me, my father, my mother and Rosie came to Hartsholm Park, and we were wandering in this bit here, and it was this bit here as well, and the reason I know is because I remember it was in the shadow of that funny block of flat things there, and also I remember the bushy trees with the funny red thingies. So it was in this part here. We'd probably walked around the lake and we were on our way back or something like that, and all of a sudden I was aware that there was something wrong. In fact, I think my grandparents were there as well, in fact, with us. In fact, I know they were there with us. And we'd sort of been walking along this little bit down here when my mother went into labour with Tiffany. And I think we went home with... me and Rosie went home with their grandparents. And obviously Dad and Mum went to the hospital where Tiffany was born later that day. It's funny because I've told Tiffany that I've come to Hartsholm Park today, and she said, "Oh," she said, "I do love Hartsholm Park," and she has good reason to, because, well, it's not where she was born, but it's where she decided, right, that's it, had enough of me 9 months and I'm coming out. So, real history here for us. I beg your pardon, it could have been this area here, in fact. I think more likely this area here, because these trees with the berries look a little bit more familiar. I am trying to remember back to when I was 4 years old. Yes, this is it. Surrounded by these sort of trees in here. Ah, this is it. There is one sad bit, and that's this. In my day, 20 years ago, you could walk down there and these cages were full of little birds. That is sad. Wonder what happened to the birds. And so our visit to Hartsholm Park, visitor centre over there, and subsequently our visit to Lincoln is drawing to a close. Time to head back down the river, past Swanholm, and a bus to the city centre, and then to the train station. However, you might like to know, I found that bird. It's not a stork, it's a grey heron. It says, the island on Hartsholm Lake is the only breeding site of heronry in the city. So they obviously live on that island there. But I saw him down the river. Anyway, time to go. So here we are at Newark Castle. I think we have about half an hour, but as usual I'm going to find the exit because that's where the boards are that tell us where our next leg will take us. We're going from Newark Castle to Newark Northgate. So yeah. You know, this is the rail system in this country is stupid. So basically, I've come from Lincoln to Newark Castle. I now have to go from Newark Castle to Newark Northgate on a train bound for Lincoln, because they don't do direct bloody travel. And what I didn't know is you've got to like cross the road to get to the other platform. Do they tell you that or give you directions? No, they don't. So found our exit, and I think it's across there. Just for everybody's information, that there must be Newark Castle, the actual Newark Castle. How bizarre. Didn't know Newark had a castle until today.